Hey, what's up, guys? This is T-Bone here. Welcome back to another episode of playing Gemstone Legends. It's been a while since I last made a video because I was on vacation for a few weeks, and prior to that, unfortunately, I did get injured, so I had to take a little bit of a break. But I am back, and just in time because I wanted to make a video about one of the newest heroes that's just come out, and she's quickly become one of my favorites. She's a powerhouse. I'm going to talk about her skills, how she's a little bit different, and how you can load her out, and we're going to also see her in action in various different scenarios. So let's go ahead and take a look at the hero. I'm going to show you my personal loadout for Gabriella. And so first, let's take a look at her skills. So her skill deals damage to all enemies based on resistance. Now this is something that is not seen in any of the legendary heroes so far, and so this is the first of her kind. And one thing that's interesting about resistance is that it doesn't scale based on level. So even if you were to level her up, you don't actually get more resistance. So what that means is her special ability will deal the same amount of damage, whether it's at level 50, 5 stars to level 1, or 6 stars to level 60. Okay, it all depends on how much resistance you can put on her and how much of the critical damage and also critical rate you put on. So we'll take a look at how much damage she can deal, and you can also see that she inflicts decreased accuracy for 4 turns. And then her passive ability, she increases her own resistance, and she increases more resistance if you have more allies. And then she also gains increased resistance. Okay, and so what this gives her is the ability to just be really, really hard to land any debuffs on. And we're going to talk about that a bit. And she also receives less damage by 30%. And so it's really hard to actually damage her. And so what you want to do is to focus on resistance. Okay. And so these are what I have for gears. And you can see that I have 4 of the protector sets. I started with 6, and I'm going to talk about the reason why I moved away from that. So I started with 6, and you can see I'm using resistance armor, and I'm using critical damage glove because she is a damage dealer. And then for my boots, I decided to go with a defensive, a defensive boot, so I can add more defense to her. I actually changed this out to more defense, and I also changed my helmet so that I can get more defense. You can see there's a pattern here. I'm trying to get more health and more defense on her once I've sort of established an amount of damage. The reason for this is Gabriella, you want her to play, if you want to play her as a defensive hero in your arena team or worse team, you want her to be able to withstand hits. And so you want to aim for a little over, at least over 3,000 defense if possible. And I'm still trying to get to about 35,000 health if I can. That's going to be the ideal. Right now my health is a little bit low, but my defense is helping me. Okay, and you do want to have high critical damage. Her awakening gives you an additional 20% for a critical rate, and so that helps you in not having as much critical rate from your gears, because you get 20 if you can awaken her fully. And so mine is at 88%, 169% damage, and 194% resistance. I had it at about 230 or so, and that was definitely a good amount of damage, but then I was too weak, like I would die easily. And so let's go ahead and take a look at her in action, and we're going to go ahead. You can see I've been trying her out, and it's been working well. So we're going to jump in right away. This is the setup I have. I have Gabriella as a leader, and then we're going to use my previously set up team. What I've changed out is Raven. So I took out Raven for Gabriella, although I feel like I might be able to put Raven back in, and I might put Sigil away. We'll test out and then we'll see. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into a fight, and let's see how she works out. So what's nice here is she is going to be able to resist a lot of the damage. It's just that right now this is actually not a debuff team. This is all like pure damage with Raphael in it. Okay, so Raphael is going to be the one that's going to be dealing a lot of damage, and we're going to try and make sure that we could basically stop the onslaught if possible. So let's go ahead and get this. Let's see. So I'm going to have to do this. Okay. And we're going to take a couple of hits, but I'm hoping that we could, with one freeze, this is going to help because I'm not going to lose all of my health just yet. I'm actually going to wait and see if I could. I'm going to see if I can get Taiko-san to heal himself later, but I'm going to go ahead and do this first. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and attack, and then so he does heal fully, which is what I'm looking for, and then I can stun. So once I can stun, then you can see how much damage. You can actually now see how much damage Gabriella is going to be able to deal, and so you can see like all my other damage like 3,000, 4,000 or something like that. And now let's take a look at Gabriella. When she deals damage, she's dealing 14 to 15,000 damage each hit. Okay, that is just an insane amount of damage, and it really it can really help turn a fight, because you're just dealing so much damage to your opponents with a single hit. And what you can do is, if you're able to get more mana generations, and if you can get her to really get her mana going, you could really deal just, if you can get a couple of hits going, you're going to be able to decimate your enemies pretty easily. Okay, so let's take a look and see. So we're going to have Nefri giving some Soul Link to Aurora, and that's actually okay. We're going to go ahead and deal more damage. You can see another 8,000 basically knocks out all of their shield. Okay, and then we're just going to keep going, right? We're also going to make sure that we could use Taiko to basically keep them stunned. And right now, what I need to do though is I need to clear out some of their positive stats. Okay, so we're going to use Morena for that purpose, and we actually stop Aurora for a little bit as well, so I can actually save her. We can actually save Taiko's skill right now, but we're gonna go ahead and try and get Gabriella going again. And so let's wait until we get the freeze. And you can see just like her slash is just so powerful. She's able to deal so much damage. It makes the hit. It just makes the fight a lot easier, to be honest. And so this is all based on how much resistance you can put on. Okay, and so if you can put on resistance on her, then you'll be able to deal more damage. So I have her almost fully leveled up in terms of her skill, and so she's able to deal 7,200% of the resistance. And so the higher resistance amount that you can get her, the more damage she'll be able to deal. And we're going to talk about how you can raise resistance amounts right after this. Okay, so let's go ahead and you can see 13,000, 12,000 knocks out both of our opponents in one single shot. Okay, so she is definitely a powerhouse. Okay, definitely a powerhouse. In fact, I have her now as part of my defense. So the same defense that you see for my offense. So if you take a look, if you see me in the arena, feel free to give it a try and tell me how my team goes. Okay, and so the thing that I wanted to sort of talk about is where you could actually get more resistance in addition to your gears. Cabinet is going to be where you can get additional resistance as well. So you can see right here, I have mine at 17 out of 20, and you're gonna want to try and max this out. So for blues, you can get an additional 40% resistance if you max it out. And so that's going to help a lot. Okay, so that's just an additional 40 on top of everything else with her passive and everything. And also another place that Gabriella is really good. If you take a look in Infernal, I was actually sort of going through here. Let's go ahead and see. I'm going to go into fondly. I'll kind of show you what I actually, which one was it? I think it was Sacred Grove that I was trying out earlier. And let's go ahead and jump into this for a second. I'm just going to show you. We're going to exit out here. I actually have this set up here. So with Najar and Streetblock, these are two heroes that are easier to obtain by the time you get to Infernal. And if you have Gabriella, use her as a leader and take a look at this. Okay, let's go ahead and clear out our equipment for a second. And so we're going to just go ahead and I think what I did was I probably claimed something, and yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and sell this one. Okay, so this gives me one additional space, and then let's go ahead back into Sacred Grove Infernal. and I'll show you this. This is actually really, really cool. Okay, so because I have a street block, I'm able to go earlier. And what I'm gonna do is, oh, I'm on auto. So let's go ahead and quit battle right now because I want to show you quickly what's going on. So let's go ahead and repeat, and we're going to now show you with Gabriella. All it takes is 2 hits. See that? 1 hit and it basically takes out like half of their health, and then another hit basically almost takes them out. And so this is you know, in Infernal it's actually really difficult to go through these fights because they're so tanky, but Gabriella is able to deal a lot of damage to these units. And so she also works really well as a wave clearer in the campaigns, especially for Infernal. I think it's going to help you out a lot, and she's going to be really strong as a defensive hero and also help you in attack. So I really think that she is a great hero to get if you're able to get her. So again, let's take a look at her loadout. You want to try and get as much resistance as possible. Okay, so use your protector sets if you can. Make sure that you have resistance for your armor, and you want to have critical damage. Okay, the key here is she is able to deal a lot of damage, so you need to make sure you have critical damage, and you want her to be you want her to have survivability. So I would recommend actually defense over HP as the primary stats for the boots, and then for the rest of the 3, look for a combination of critical damage, resistance, health, defense. Try to balance it so that you're over at least 3,500 in defense, and try to match that in health as well. If you can do that, then you're going to have a much easier time going through your fights to ensure success. All right, and so what we're gonna do is let's go ahead and you know, just, you can see that my defense, this is the setup here. Take a look, and if you encounter my defense, go ahead and try out, and you know, just let me know what you guys think. We'd love to hear your feedback. And so that's going to be it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think. I really enjoy Gabriella. I hope you guys get her as well. She's definitely worth it, worth leveling up and also toming for her skills. All right, that's going to be it from me for today. I'm going to follow up in the next videos. I'll talk about the other heroes and also getting prepared for the event that is coming up, where we're going to be using these new heroes that we got for Morbruck, which is going to happen in 2 days. All right, so that's going to be from me for today. Thank you very much, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.